Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to. Oh, I didn't put it in the armory. Full Time Sports Network X, but we're also on Chris Welch's channel as well. Hope everyone's doing well. This is the Arsenal 2, Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2 match reaction. Hope everyone's doing well. Chris, how you doing?
Yeah, well, good. just had a little bit more of my Chinese, then I didn't have some more leftovers yet. One.
No, don't blame you, mate. Don't blame you. I'm going to find something to eat in a minute as well. Look, I think it was the right result in the end. I think we both said that at the end of the game. First half was definitely all yours. Second half was definitely more us than it was you guys. I know you did try it at the end, but wasn't enough. But I think 2-2 is fair results. You'll see that in the bit that Chris does not enjoy, but it does tell a story. But these are the goals. Gakpo, 20th minute. Luis Diaz, 21st minute. Arsenal did not defend well in the first half at all, which is what led to both goals. Good play from Liverpool, though, but defensively we were shocking. Martinelli, again, in all fairness, Liverpool weren't the greatest at defending. No one picked up Martinelli for Martinelli's first goal. And then the second one, I don't think anyone defensively was to blame. Marino just ran in at the right time, which is, he's been obviously learning the striker role and has done it okay, to be fair to him. And got the equaliser. But 2-2, fair result with you, mate?
Yeah, for me, fair result. Down two halves for me.
Yeah.
Liverpool first half, which was a bit unusual. Those are normally second half team under Jurgen's final season, and they shot this season as well. And second half, I think Andy Robertson said it just there in his aftermath interview that we were way off it. Start the second half.
Yeah.
And he was completely right. Not the storyline I expected. I thought it would be more yes than that.
Yeah.
Because of what at stake. What's at stake for both teams.
Yeah.
Because we've already sealed the title, and Arsenal. We don't know how Arsenal would have reacted after the hooping. What's the word? Hooping exit. That's it. That's the word.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think, all fairness, that has secured us champion. I'm going to put it out there. I think it's secured as Champions League football now. Just because I know we've got Southampton coming up, and I can't see us losing it. Draw, maybe. I don't see us losing it personally. Newcastle, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I've got to do that match preview next week. I'll be honest. I think Newcastle will be very up for the game because obviously they've got still things to fight for. So we technically have, but it's a bit difficult when you're a bit deflated after the Champions League run. But I honestly, I think they've all got to look in the mirror and go, you're not good enough. Arteta's got to look in the mirror and say, you're definitely not the fairest of them all. So we'll wait and see. Right, stats-wise, now Liverpool did have a little bit more possession. At half-time, I know Chris was having his Chinese, so he wasn't around when I was talking about it, but it was 39-61 in Arsenal's favour at the first half. So he did a little bit better in the second half, possession-wise. But it didn't really matter anyway. You were 2-0 up, so who cares about the possession? As long as you win the game, who cares?
Yeah, that's what
but it's like 14 shots, 5 on target for you guys. You can tell that you had Nunez and Diaz playing today. 15 shots, 7 on target for us. You can tell we don't have a striker. It tells a story. All this, I know people don't like stats, but they do tell a story. If you look at it deeper, it does tell a story. Only 4 corners in the whole game, which is quite shocking actually for both of our teams because we like corners, so do you. But yeah, not very good in all fairness. XG, I know Chris will probably zone out now, but again, it does tell a story because it did finish 2-2, and it literally, if you look at the XG, it tells you that it was a 2-2 game. But yeah, it's fairly close to, in all fairness, XG, very close on target as well. And as I said, you've always got to be above your XG, which both teams were. So, that's why it finished 2-2. So perfect. Duels. Now, at half time, we were winning all the duels. But in the second half, your aerial duels, you came back. So I'm guessing Canate Van Dijk did a little bit better aerially, even though we still scored 2 goals. But anyway, it doesn't make much sense if you look at it that way. But yeah, I suppose that's a bonus for us, I suppose. But it wasn't a good performance first half at all. Passing, it is what it is. Accuracy for Liverpool was a bit shocking, 82. I always like 85. I think that's a good number for top level clubs. Ours is always above 85, in all fairness to us. Own half, we had more passes in our own half, which is unusual for us. Normally it's more in the opposition half, but that kind of suited Liverpool, which is probably why they weren't pressing us too much. They were just like, yeah, you have the ball in your own half, you ain't going to do much with it anyway. So that does that. Exactly the same amount of touches in the opponent's box, which again tells me that 2-2 is spot on, because normally one team dominates that part, but it was literally level pegging. So, in all fairness, 2-2 is spot on. Now, I know, Chris, this is a bit weird for you, but obviously I normally talk through the starting lineup, but I'll be honest, with Rice injured, don't know how bad it is yet, by the way, so I'll let you know next weekend how bad that is. But there wasn't much else he was going to do, because this is him, obviously us Arsenal fans and all the different people I speak to have different ideas, but this is Mikel. So, we ended up having 4 left backs on the pitch at the end of the game. So, he just loves his left backs. But it is what it is. Ratings. Right. I am going to rate them myself, and I'll be honest, sorry, I'm going to upset some people. Raya gets a 7, because I think that was fair. Do you reckon that's fair, Chris? 7 for Raya?
Yeah, didn't do much one in this game, you have to say.
No. Did a couple of good saves, in all fairness. That one, I know it would have been ruled out anyway, but at the end of the game, I thought that was a very good save. He did one in the first half as well. I think Diaz could have done better, but I still thought it was a good save from Raya. White, 7. I don't think it was fantastic from him personally, but he wasn't awful. So I think 7 is a fair score. Agree with that one?
Yeah, I think it was. It's one of them, isn't it? It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. So
Yeah,
7.
yeah.
7.
See, the reason I'm asking Chris is because I do trust him. He's a very good, unbiased fan. I know he's a Liverpool fan, so this is a bit weird, but I trust Chris. I've known him for long enough to know that I can trust him. He's not a certain person that we have on the channel sometimes who scores his own team a 10 because it's his own team. Yeah, I love him to bits, G, but I don't allow scoring yourself a 10. No. Not happening. Right, I'm going to move on to Saliba. Now, this is where I'm probably going to upset some people. I'll be honest, it wasn't great, so I'm going to give him a 6, because I wasn't impressed with him today. Now, I've just heard what Carragher's been saying and stuff about he's a better player than Gabriel, but he's not a better leader. So without Gabriel, we lose that leadership in the defence, which I do agree with. I don't like him. I don't like Carragher at all, but I do agree with that. So 6 for today. Do you reckon that's the right score for Saliba?
I would have given him a 5 personally, a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. Maybe his head's turned. I'm not really being that impressed by Saliba in recent games.
No, right.
Defensively, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's been dodgy.
Completely agree with what Howard said. I did listen to him as well, unfortunately.
Yeah. It wasn't by choice. It's literally because I left the TV on and I was listening to him whilst I was setting up the stream.
And I think it's quite similar with our centre backs as well, where Van Dijk is probably a better leader, while Canate is probably a better player. In my opinion. So we do have similar comparisons with our own respective defenders. But yeah, 5 for Saliba for me. But yeah, I think 6 out of 10 wouldn't have been too bad either, to be fair.
Yeah. Big up to Odyssey watching over on Chris's channel, saying big up lads, enjoyed the watch along, absolute mental game. To be fair,
he's an Arsenal fan as well.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay, fair enough.
He's getting sick of Arteta as well.
Well, yeah, mate, join the club. But in all fairness, I think for a neutral, it probably was a good game to watch. Definitely game 2 halves. but I think both of us are quite happy with the point, and we move on. Personally, saying Chris is. This is why I just love his comments. He's just absolute legend. Big up to Colm. 2-2. What a boring game. Didn't see it like. Well, yeah, it was entertaining. I mean, it had a red card, 4 goals. Game of 2 halves, literally. But yeah, it wasn't too bad, I suppose. I'm just annoyed that Arsenal can't turn up in the first half because I was expecting it, and that's what pisses me off the most about Arsenal.
I'm only annoyed because we were 2-0 up. That's it.
Yeah. I get that. But your second half was just a poor performance, in my opinion. If it was about Arsenal, I'd be saying exactly the same.
I'm not complaining about the result overall, just because of the way both halves went. First half, we deserved the lead. Second half, miles off it, especially start the second half as well.
Yeah, definitely. Kivior, I'm going to give a 7. I thought he did all right. And I'm going to put him on the same level as Ben because, he did nothing wrong today. He's done so well stepping in for Gabriel. It's not an easy role. I know that he is looking elsewhere, possibly in the summer. We'll see if we can manage to convince him. But let's be honest, we all know that he won't be getting the first choice. So does he want to play first team football elsewhere? Definitely don't hold him back from that. What did you make of Kivior though today?
Yeah, I thought he was all right. I think 7 is a fair rate, and the thing with obviously you throw on the dam, so you can't really deviate a 9, 10 for example. You were 2-0 down, and but this is like a very good 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Before people in the comments say like, "Oh, that's a bit too low."
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
But I agree. He's done very well since turning for WL. It's like he's proven a point as well.
Yes.
Since he came in, and remains to be seen what happens to him in the summer. It's all about can Arsenal convince him to stay.
Yeah, exactly. Lewis Skelly gets a 6. I don't think he was brilliant today. He didn't do any of his forward runs, which I would have liked to have seen today. Now, that could have been down to Arteta, in all fairness, but he wasn't spectacular today. What about you with Lewis Skelly?
Yeah, completely agree. 6 out of 10. He was getting a few times. He was getting done by Salah, but come on. He's not yet back.
Well, exactly. He's not.
He's a midfielder, and as a neutral point of view, I hope to see him in midfield next season for Arsenal. And obviously, we've already seen him for England under Tommy Tuchel, and I think he's on a experiment with him as well. And yeah, he was missing them offensive ones as well during the game that you mentioned there. So yeah, 6 out of 10.
Yeah, fair enough. Now Thomas Partey. Now, if this finished at half time, he would have got a 4. Second half, better, 7. So I'm going to give him a 6 just because the first half he was so poor. Yeah, I think on that's how I'm going to do it. What did you make of Thomas today?
I thought it was poor in the first half. Maybe you can say that with who he's playing alongside in midfield, with Marino and Odegaard. But second half massively improved because I think Arsenal definitely upped it after the half time. Team talk for start second half as well. So yeah, fair rating for me. Completely agree with that. 6 out of 10.
Okay, Marino. Oh Jesus! Right. It's difficult because he scored a goal, but I can't forget the performance. So I'm going to have to be honest because his acting skills is fantastic. Because I'm pretty sure he got killed in the first half. 5, in my opinion. 5. I know that's harsh because he scored a goal, but he was poor, in my opinion. What did you make of Marino?
Yeah, that's completely agree with that as well. Completely echo what you said. Bob Marino. Good acting skills. I think he can definitely get a role in Torres Street or
definitely.
anything
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if he's up against Pat Fearon from Torres Street. And but yeah, obviously because of the goal, he made a very good one to cast Alexander Arnold out, which allowed Trent to play him onside. Good one. He was sharp on that rebound as well after he hit the posts. Obviously, a bit lucky, done straight to him, but end of the day, you earn your luck, and that is, and yeah, for me, 5 out of 10. I know that's people say that's harsh for start a goal, but whoever stores a goal can easily fool you with their performances.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 5 out of 10 for me.
Yep, I agree. Odegaard.
Oh dear.
It's tricky. This one. This one's tricky. I'm gonna have to put him on the same par as. Okay, so Ben, I gave a 7, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Odegaard a 7. I can't give him any more than that, and I can't give him any less because I thought Ben had a decent game but wasn't fantastic. Odegaard had a decent game but wasn't fantastic. So I'm going to give him a 7 because at least I actually saw 2 shots of him today, which is very nice. Well, at least he's getting there. He's a bit more confidence in him today. But yeah, 7. What do you reckon on Martin?
I went one lower than 7. I went 6 out of 10.
No, that's fair enough.
Better than the recent games. More involved this time. I mean, I was mind blown to see TNT all that on the pitch because he's normally he's not hiding, and he's playing with 10 men, and yeah, it was quite threatening today against Suds for me. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. Wasn't fantastic, I will say that. But definitely 6 out of 10 for me. But I can completely understand the 7 as well.
Saka. Oh, this one's tough. Because honestly, first half performances are still on my head. So this is the problem I'm having. So I'm going to have to give him. I don't think I can give anyone an 8 today. So Saka's going to get a 7 because his second half performance would have earned an 8, but I don't forget the first half performance. So he's going to get down the score for the first half. So 7 for Saka. What about Saka for you?
I've given him a 6 out of 10. Again,
Okay.
It seems to be my favourite star, that one. But first half, very quiet for me.
Yeah.
Second half, it was more lively. That's why I do obviously up the star to 6 out of 10. The highest Saka can get is probably 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's a 6 out of 10. In my opinion,
no, it's fine,
he wasn't as lively as you wanted him to be.
No,
not for the whole game. Anyways,
no, definitely not. Right, I did say I'm not going to give anyone an 8, so I'm going to stick with that. So Martinez is going to get a 7, but it's a very good 7. Because I did think he was quite good today, but just not. Again, first half just pissed me off of all of them. So yeah, Martinez 7. What about for you?
I think he was probably one of the best attacking players on the pitch today.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 for me. Even though he didn't have a good first half, he was probably one of the players who was getting in behind Conor Bradley. And but since Martinelli found himself in that number 9 position where he was best at before Mikel Arteta took over, which is amazing. Who knew? Who knew
Who knew that?
If he played in the number 9 position, he ends up storing a goal like that.
Yeah,
It was just
mad.
poor. It was poor from our defenders in the one position.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Martinelli did that one on them, but Pierre from Martinelli, and Martinelli, I would say, was probably our best attacking player in terms of the forwards. So
Yeah.
7 out of 10 for me.
No, I agree. So it takes me on to Trossard. I'll be honest. I thought it was a bit of a stinker. 6 for me for Trossard. I didn't enjoy it today, if I'm honest. What about you?
I'll probably I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 10 for me. And then I thought he was kind of better in the second half when he had that chance. I think it went over the bar on the edge of the box, and I didn't see much else from him. And for me, so I think this sums Trossard up. He's probably more of an impact player, isn't he? Yeah, coming off the bench.
Yeah.
It's just a strange one with Trossard. Like, when he's coming off the bench, he gets a high rating, doesn't he? Straight away,
Yeah.
because he's made an
100%.
impact.
Yeah.
When he's starting, you just don't see the same performances. For me, I think the thing with Trossard is he was good enough to be a starter for Brighton.
Yep.
But I don't think he's good enough to be a starter for Arsenal. But he is good as a substitution, as an option off the bench if you need a goal as well. But saying that, with how Arteta probably wouldn't win Trossard off the bench. He would probably discipline the likes of Tierney, Tarflori.
Oh god, yeah, we'll get on to that in a minute. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
But yeah, 5 out of 10 for Trossard.
No, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. As Chris has rightly said about subs, which I'm going to quickly run through because I really don't want to talk about it because it's annoying. So Calafiori came on. Yep, a left back came on for Trossard, who's a forward. Yep, he's going to get a 5 because he didn't come on for enough. So I can't give him any more than that. So 5. Tierney, again, same reason, but another left back on for a right back this time, gets a 5. And another left back, Zinchenko, came on for Saka. Definitely did not come on. I'm not going to give him a score because he literally didn't play for 10 minutes, so it's not worth it. Now, normally I do this, but because there was like pretty much no set pieces really to talk about, I can only give Hover a 5. Now, this man, I can score. I don't know. I have to be honest, 4. And I explain why. First half, we should have been up for it because we went out in midweek. We should have been up for this game. There was no up for it at all whatsoever today. Substitutions were ridiculous. Left backs, literally all 3 are left backs coming on for 2 attacking players. Waneri didn't even get a sniff. Now, everyone says, oh, he trusts Ethan. No, he doesn't. He quite clearly doesn't now. And when the fans realise this, that they might start thinking twice about their allegiance. What have you made of Mikel today?
Where do you want me to start? Pretty abysmal. Well, abysmal with his substitutions for a start. The tactics for the first half as well. For the first half performance, he's probably saved himself a very low rating for the start of the second half. But I'll probably say that's probably down to the players as well. Going out there to step the energy. I just don't get his substitutions. It's just mind blowing when you don't. As most people don't like, but as most people don't rate Raheem Sterling as well. He is an attacking player.
Yep.
He got Sterling, Waneri, 2 attacking players. I know there's been rumours on why Waneri has been dropped because he's been late for training, etc. Apparently, and I remember Aubameyang getting dropped for this quite similar reason for the North London derby. I'm pretty sure where he turned up late and he ended up being on the bench. But you need it all. Arsenal. I don't have to say this as a Liverpool fan, but Arsenal really needed to win more than us.
Yeah.
Really, and you're putting on pretty much 3 bats, and I'm gonna be nice and give him a 4 out of 10.
No, I've got no issues with that, mate. Honestly. But yeah.
And by the way, for the set piece court, I'll give him a 10 out of 10 for not being on camera.
yeah. Did have to see Nicholas today, which is nice. But yeah, look, we will both be happy with the point. Obviously, for you, it doesn't really matter. We've still got something to play for, and make sure we get ourselves into Champions League because it will make a difference. But yeah, guys, appreciate it. Chris, thank you as always, mate. Always supporting me. Where can they find you, my young man?
No worries. As Testo says, every little helps. I'm always a gentleman. Absolutely. And but yeah, you can find me on YouTube. Just search it in. Search my name in. Should be the first one to come up. If I'm not, I will be having words with YouTube because I'm the only Chris Wells around here in the world. Not trying to boost my ego by doing that, but it's the truth. So, but yeah, I do all sorts on my channel as well. Football, darts, boxing, Formula 1. Bobby's gonna say till he wins and all that.
I'm going to say soap watch-alongs now. Soap watch-alongs.
No. that would be boring. Obviously, I as I said in the what's on, I have Doctor Who content as well. With Odyssey in the comments, he's a Doctor Who fan as well, so he's liking that content as well. So, but yeah, I should be back tomorrow for, I think it's Sheffield United, Bristol City, second head.
Yeah.
Should be back for that. What's on? I just thought I may as well do it just in case something impossible happens.
I can't see that one. Yeah.
Because the tie should be done at 3-0, but it is the playoffs, and we saw, was it Peterborough Sheffield Wednesday? I think Sheffield Wednesday came back. Like, was it 4-1, something like that, to take the extra time?
Yeah.
So I will be back for that, and obviously, pretty much, I think it'll be the Sunderland second head on Tuesday. Then I'll be doing the National League on Wednesday and Thursday as well. And I will be doing just the one game in the Premier League darts. What's on before that, because no point me doing the whole night because all the other games mean nothing in the darts. So there's only one game that means nothing. That means something. So that's what I do on my channel, and yeah, find me over there. But like I said, if you know, let me know. If YouTube does not find me as the first Chris Wells on there, I'll be having words. I'll be protesting.
But thank you, mate. I won't be back till next Saturday night now. There's no real point me starting to do the transfer talk just yet because it's just too early. I expect more closer to the end of the season than this week, personally. I'm not sure what will happen with the Arsenal home kit. Now, normally, the last home game of the season, we bring out our home kit, everyone buys it, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure if we're going to do that this season because I've not really heard anything. We might do it, which is probably why we've announced a pre-contract signing already. But we'll wait and see. But then in 3 weeks' time is when me and Chris have our little party. We will do all the playoff finals.
What party? The playoffs.
Yeah, the playoff final weekend. I've got to look it all up because obviously I want to try and do the National League final as well, but I don't remember exactly when they all are in order because obviously there's League 2, League 1, Championship, and National League. So when's the National League final?
the National League will be the week after the EFL playoffs. So we got the EFL
okay.
playoffs on the bank holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Championship will be on the Saturday, I think they said.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of Year 1 and Year 2 will be on Sunday, and the other will be on the Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Cool.
obviously, National League obviously done be the week after because
Yeah.
we've got the EMA games this week, which I'll be doing a watch on both.
Yeah.
Which I was confused about because I thought there was 2 heads in the National League, but there's only 1, which makes it even more exciting.
Yeah. It's going to be a really good end of the season. I'm looking forward to that part of the season. I always love playoff finals. You just never know. Never know.
I mean, as a Carlisle fan, I'm glad the season's over. But
Well, yeah.
to be honest, I'm still depressed. I'm still depressed, especially on social medias with Carlisle fans
Yeah.
as well. Is Mark Hughes staying or not? Well, the stuff is undone and that, but
Yeah. Well, let's hope. Let's hope you have a good season next season in the National League, and you come back up in a better way this time. But guys, me and Chris are done. I will see you next week. You'll see Chris tomorrow. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to him, please. Thank you very much. I'm out of here. See you later. Ta-ra.